Alright, Forest fans, Max Newton here on Talk Forest TV. Hit that like, comment and subscribe buttons. Giving you a quick review of Nottingham Forest 1, Crystal Palace Crybabies 1. A game where I thought Forest played really well, where we shut out all the noise and played our game, and that's the noise from Palace going on about how it's not their fault, that they're in multi-club ownership, breached the rules and didn't read their emails, and all the noise about the manager. Quite interestingly, I watched it on the TV while on holiday in Lytham St Anne's in a pub where all the other screens in the pub were showing the Everton game, one screen showing the Forest game with no volume on. Obviously you couldn't hear the Palace fans making any sort of noise, and it looked as though Forest were completely unbothered and unfazed by whatever was going on in the crowd, by libelous and slanderous banners that Palace were holding up, and by maybe a couple of pitch invasions, and certainly unfazed by all the noise in the media about the manager's situation. I thought Forest started really well on the front foot, playing showcasing our new possession game, getting the ball forward well, and creating some good chances. I thought for the first 25 minutes Forest were excellent. Morgan Gibbs-White brilliant, a joy to watch, linking up with Ndoye really well, who was getting down the wing and putting in some great crosses and causing their fullback all sorts of problems. I thought Elliot Anderson was playing a barnstorming midfield role, some runs that broke 2 or 3 tackles and set Forest on the way, and he was also coming deep to receive the ball and set moves going. And I thought Sangare also carried on where he left off last week. Had a bit of a wobble after 25 minutes, as did most of the team. Morgan Gibbs-White, unfortunately at fault for the goal by trying a fancy trick too close to the Forest goal. But having said that, the defenders still didn't pick up the goal scorer in the middle, and Matt Sales will be a bit disappointed that he didn't quite read that correctly. And then Forest were under the cosh a little bit. Matt Sales made a couple of more good saves. I think at the end of the first half, we faded quite badly. The midfield faded, and Ndoye went completely missing, and Callum Hudson-Odoi wasn't being effective. I think Ndoye also was very noticeable by his absence of getting back to help Ola Aina out at right back, who I thought Ola Aina was a bit shaky in that first half. So a lot of fans were calling for changes at half time, but the manager kept with the same side, and actually Forest came out and played really well at the start of the half again, on the front foot, going for it, creating chances, winning possession in midfield, and setting up some delightful football. And what a pass from Ndoye to Callum Hudson-Odoi running through the middle, and a great finish. And then I thought there was only one team likely to go on and win the game, and Nuno made some really attacking substitutions, going for the game, not going to settle with the point. I thought McAtee looked nice when he came on, and I thought Amari Hutchinson took on his man, unlucky not to score at the end, and Agor Jesus, not on for very long, but made a brilliant run from a great through ball and a fantastic shot across the keeper that crashed off the post deep into injury time. So all in all, I thought it was an excellent point away from home, considering all the noise. Excellent performance considering all the noise. In days gone past, seasons gone past, this sort of noise would cause Forest to fold completely. So we stood up to it. Thought Chris Wood also led the line superbly and had some good efforts on goal, but in particular in the first half led the line really well. And the defence was superb. Milenkovic and Murillo, absolutely superb. I will give my man of the match to Sangare, and also to the Forest fans who never stopped singing, and as far as I know at the moment, haven't risen to any bait from the embarrassing and cringy Palace fans. So we go on to West Ham, and we're undefeated. Come on, you Reds.